Judgment has been reserved in the matter of former Citizen editor's sacking. The case is before the Labour Court in Johannesburg. Steve Motale is fighting his dismissal by his employer in November last year. Motale's lawyer, Tembeka Nkukaitobi, argued that imposing vetting on an editor was infringing his powers. He referred to the recent SABC case, which dealt with editorial interference. The lawyer says the employer failed to follow proper disciplinary procedures in the matter. Motale was initially suspended and later fired, following several articles into damning allegations against certain high-profile individuals. The Citizen says Motale failed to adhere to agreed-upon editorial processes. The Citizen newspaper says Motale was dismissed following an internal disciplinary hearing.
There was, submissions before the court, and at the moment, judgment has been reserved. Basically, our case was simple from the beginning, was that our client was dismissed without any disciplinary hearing, and that actually breaches his employment contract, which clearly states that he's entitled to a disciplinary hearing in the event that he commits any misconduct. So basically that has been our main case, and also the fact that there was interference with his work as an editor, made this matter to be urgent, before this court, and also has to be determined on that urgent basis.
This was an urgent application in which Mr. Motale seeks his reinstatement. The judge reserved judgment, and in his interactions and engagements with Mr. Nkukaitobi, who was the counsel for Mr. Motale, he seemed to suggest that the course open to him would be to reinstate Mr. Motale subject to his suspension, and that a disciplinary inquiry be held. That's what he seemed to suggest. I'm not saying that that's what he will decide. He reserved judgment. The judge did say that he would let us know as soon as possible. So hopefully either by the end of this week or beginning of next week. If I have any regard for how he's handled his role this week, it seems as if he does hand down his judgments quickly. This is the urgent court, so we're likely to get a decision from him soon.
Judgment has been reserved by the judge, but the question that looms in the backdrop of the South African Constitution: was there editorial interference? For ANN7, I am Steve Motale, Brampton Team.